Hello and welcome to. Ooh. Maybe my signature intro will just be me forgetting that I don't have my mic set up or on, and then just realizing that and moving it over at some point during the stream. That seems to be the safest bet. Hello. Thought about doing hello and welcome to what is guaranteed to be one of the streams of all time. But I stole that from a friend. And that feels inauthentic. And also is a little corny. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But I think I'm liking my setup better. I think we're getting there. We got Last Epoch in the background, which we will be done streaming Last Epoch in the somewhat near future. I just have a desire to corrupt many omnis before we do that. You can see in our stash tab there are quite a few Siphons of Anguish we're going to corrupt as well. I'm not going to do all of these. We're going to get quite a few of them with 1 LP on them upgraded. But all the ones that are already upgraded getting corrupted. These as well. So we'll see how many we can get. I don't want to put a bunch of shitty affixes on with exalts, but whatever, naturally drops and becomes decent rings, or we can get Nemesis to make, we'll then go ahead and, or like this was a ring I was using before, we'll go ahead and corrupt that. The holy grail of corrupts that we're looking for, 2 things. We want immediate max rolls on everything if it's an OMNIS specifically. It's also good. That's also good for the heirloom. Not quite as good for the other items because they have smaller ranges. The OMNIS, however, is impossible to get a perfect roll on it without corruption. It's like a very unlikely at least. But with corruption, I think it's like 1 in 10. And you can get implicits with it. My favorite of which is plus 14 to all attributes, which is absolutely nuts. I think that gets on your chest only. I don't know what it goes to on an amulet. That's tier 7 chest. But plus 14 to all attributes is insane. I've talked about it a few times on stream, why that's so insane, how much value that is. Easy way to understand. That's my attributes right now. I'm level 97. Now, I have to get these up to begin with. Like, that dexterity is going to get higher at some point. It's just not a focus currently. And strength probably should be higher. But that's what we have right now. And we'd be getting plus 14 to all if we got the right corruption. So, that's the goal. This whole tab, hopefully, as many of these rings as we can get. And all of these omnis. I'm looking to get 20 omnis to corrupt all at once. And then I'll make a video. After that, what we'll be doing is probably moving to another game. I'll probably run it a little bit, maybe do the Shadowrun build, which seems absolutely fucking broken. So I can get, right now, my highest I've hit is like 298 in arena. My goal is to get, well, depending how far other people get. But I hope to be at least top 20 by the end of next week. And then we'll switch to Grim Dawn, which I'm very excited for. But what we're doing right now is we are going to go ahead and finish up our upgrade to a weapon, because I was just running whatever I had before. I had Shred, so I put it on this. I finally got I've gotten like 12 Trader's Tongues. This is the first one that is like kind of an upgrade. This one is also going to be an upgrade, but I'm waiting until I have a better Exalt to hit it with. So we're going to put Flat Fizz on this. Should be damage increase. We'll be happy about that, and we'll get some attack speed with it. Increase on this as well. Very important to stay at the 13% crit strike chance on Trader's Tongue, especially because we're struggling with crit strike right now, because the Omnis that we have on is pretty low roll on crit strike, and it also has minion health. It was just the best resistances I had so far. We'll get a better one. So that's what we're working on. So we're just going to run this Temporal Sanctum, get that done. Then we'll hit some Confluence of Oblivion to farm some Omnis. And I'll share some of the things I learned yesterday to make it work a little bit better. Well, technically, I was making it work worse. So I'll show you how to not make it work worse. And I think these are level 27, so I can I'll just do rank 1. I can pop even rank 3 pretty easy now. But I just don't see a reason to put stress on myself. More so than I have to. So, rank 1, Jolra. Here we come. Jolra. And I like this one because you can just tank everything if you don't kill her in time, which I'd be upset if I didn't, but... Alright, now this is... Oh, wrong timeline. So, 53 Fizz, that's tier 7, pretty strong. What did I just do? Oh, right, this was I was going to test this to see if I could use any one-handed item with any one-handed item. I forgot. That's why I was going to do it off stream. I have other daggers. I just don't know if it's worth to put cold damage. Probably. It's probably better than armor shred. Flat cold. You know what? I think I only have one viewer right now. We're just gonna pretend this never happened. We'll do this another time. This will go back in here. We'll wait until we have a dagger for it. Keep that one down there because we like that one. This one is 2 LP. No one saw that. Anyway, just starting the stream. Nothing's happened before this. So I stopped farming Omnis last night, and I just felt like pushing corruption a little bit in this timeline. So that's what I was doing. I was getting some boots, and just getting a higher corruption timeline in general. Two things I learned last night. One, corruption, when you kill a Shade of Oribus, comes into a factor before you roll for items. So what that means is if you take this node, oops. If you take this node, it doesn't mean that you just get to skip Sanctuary of Eterra. It also means you don't get the corruption boost before the Oribus Shade drops its items. So I went from the time that I put this on to the time that I took it off, I think I got 1 Omnis, and when I didn't have this on, I got like 8. So don't put this on. Don't make that mistake. Also, apparently, this doesn't work. It doesn't work for boss uniques. So there's no point in imprinting this. I just didn't feel like changing it. You could imprint stuff like if you put something exalted in there and it has 2 tier 7s and then it has an open prefix, you're more likely to get open prefixes and tier 7s and yada yada yada. You can also, with like I have my Trader's Tongue over there. That's like my best roll to increase the chances of getting good rolls in Trader's Tongues. Those things work. Boss uniques is not make it much more likely at all for the boss unique to drop. The only thing you can do with it is like you could probably make it a little bit better chance to get a good roll, but it also takes into account LP. So if you wanted to like put one with like 3 LP on there or something, it just wouldn't make it drop more is the thing. It would just make more likely that the drops that you do get are like the one that you imprinted. Which I learned from a viewer last night. I think his name was Siguld. So shout out to Siguld. Okay. I don't remember if I have any Confluence of Oblivions, but I always just pay it to the cemeteries anyway, because I do want more Weaver points to get these last points on the Weaver tree. You start getting more than one point to put into your tree towards the end of the reputation track. So it goes like, I think my next one I get 2 points, then I get 3, and then I get 3 again, and you get a bunch more Woven Echoes you can buy, which I'm getting to the point where I'm like, man, I wish I had an experimental Exile Mage Echo to put something on these gloves, and I don't have it. So it would be nice if I could just go buy it. I always forget that those freaking balls are enemies. I just think they're like the freaking... See, look. They just look like the Eater of World Orbs from Head of Exile. Oh my god, it's dodging me. And then they follow me. And they attack me. I was really hoping to be done with the OMNIS farm. But, believe it or not, OMNIS are pretty rare. You only fight Shades of Erebus so often. I was like, I'll pop out 20. 20 in 5 hours. Easy. No. But that is how many I need in order to beat correctly. Because I don't want to blow my load too early. Oh! Hey. We got a follower. And we met the follower gold. Nova killed me. Thank you for the follow. We hit 20. I will buy a supporter pack as soon as I am able. But thank you very much for the follow. Oh, I beat this one, okay. Reminds me of StarCraft Nova. I haven't played StarCraft in a minute. But all I can think of is that the Ghost Nova. And she becomes... Nah. Who becomes, the Zerg Queen? Kerrigan? Wasn't... She had a different name before that, though, I think. Because her and Raynor have a thing. Spoilers. Scale being guild leader. I'm also very tempted to just switch to this Shadow Ren build, like... Ooh, hold on. What do we get? Motherfucker. Shadow Ren build, like, now. Just because... Like, I kind of get what this build does. And this really excels at clear. Whereas the Shadow Rem really excels at bossing. Which is what I'm doing now. So. That and... I mean, I don't know this because I haven't played it, but I assume stationary content just based on the way that the build plays. It's also very flashy. It's pretty nuts. Oh, there's the boss. No. Wait, what? See, I thought about this belt, this Chains of Euleros, because your wards grant potion instead of health, which would allow me to use potions without killing myself. But I just don't know if it's worth it entirely over the Strands of Souls. Because, like, ward gain on mana use is just so strong. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, if you got like 4 LP one, and you could roll it pretty well with Exalts, and you only had like a 1 LP, Strands of Souls, or you have what I have, which is effectively a 1 LP, because I got the wrong thing on there, for the second one. I could see using it, but otherwise, probably not worth it. Alright, so we'll corrupt this timeline a little bit more with Echo of the World, then we'll fight the boss, we'll reset it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm experimenting with, like, waiting for the confluence of Oblivion to spawn, because they do spawn pretty frequently, or just killing the Echo of the World. I have yet to get an amulet drop from an Echo of a World, I think, and I've done quite a few. And I think that's, I don't think that's going to change. So, I think the confluence is really the key to success, as they say. I don't know who they is, but they say it. Also, the person that got us to 20 followers, not real followers. So I'm at 19 now.
I did what I must to protect my...
So no supporter pack yet. Unless Twitch doesn't update it, then I'll just have to do it tomorrow. Another thing that I did to improve this build was, actually I did kind of a few things. So, what did I do? I don't remember. Oh, rings. And, oh no, the gloves I already did before that, but the rings. I got a 3 LP Siphon of Anguish. I was hoping not to get the necrotic resistance on there. I think I had like, I think I had flat fire damage was the other option. But this is still an upgrade over what it was before. Slightly lower elemental resistances. The move speed is max, though, which is nice. And increased physical damage is very nice. The other thing that I changed was this one. I had one that just had dodge rating on it and critical strike avoidance with a lower void resistance. And this one has health on it as well because it's 2 LP. So this I went and had a higher increased fire damage roll, which matters for your Eye of Reen. So I put these on, which pushed my ward from, I think, 4,600 to 5,150. Just those two things. The other thing I did was I realized in my skill tree, actually I haven't put that point back in. It's funny. I forgot to do it. I unspec'd this. As well as something else that I'll point out. So I unspec'd this because one of my problems I was having was I was healing a lot randomly, and I knew it was because of my on hits, but it felt like a lot, like more than I was expecting. And I think that Unseen Strike is the culprit because you hit enemies along your path when you shift. I was constantly shifting. That's a lot of hits. It's not doing a lot of damage, but it's hitting a lot of things. So it was healing me when I didn't want to be healed. Because the more health you have, the less ward is being generated because your ward's generated based on missing health. So I unspec'd that, and that's actually helped a lot with my tankiness, believe it or not. And it wasn't doing that much damage anyway. I just like all my moves to do damage. That's the only reason I spec'd it. It's not even in like any of the guides or anything. And now I see why. So I'll have to respect that point. The other thing I changed was I was experimenting with perfect coordination, because it makes it a little bit easier to control the synchronized strikes. And I thought the 10 mana wouldn't be that big of a deal once I had increased mana efficiency on synchronized strike. I was wrong. So before I could do about 6 rotations, maybe 7, and then I would be out of mana. Now I can do it infinitely. Like, I just don't run out of mana just by unspecking this. I think the damage is slightly lower, and it's a little bit harder to control, because if this is the enemy, what this node does is it makes your, I'll do it from this perspective, makes your shadows pop like this, like facing the enemy based on where they're standing. If you don't have the node, and this is you standing on this side here, they'll just do that, but to you. So it just changes what they focus on as their, like, pivot point, I guess. Which makes it easier to get them all to hit the same thing. It's easier to control because they're jumping in front of you instead of some of them are in front of you, some of them are to the side of you, and they're all at different angles. And you're jumping through them. It's kind of disorienting. But the mana is just too big of a difference. So I just took that out and I put it in something. Where'd I put it in? I don't know what I put it in. Doesn't matter. You can see what I have now. Anyway. Shift. Now I have to figure out where to put this last point in. Momentum's nice. I did this a little early because I just don't want to shift very far. Wait. That's not supposed to be 2 out of 3. Well, what's up, Tyrael? Welcome back, man. How you doing? No, I actually like made it better, but I just realized that so I was like, this game does this weird thing where, like, if you take your omnis off and put on another omnis with the same amount of plus skills, it still takes out the points. I don't know why. But what it does is it just takes them out of, like, random fucking nodes. So you have to, like, be like, well, what did I have before? And it took it out of, usually it takes it out of whatever you have the most in. I've found. So, like, I always looked at this one. I thought it was good, but they took it out of this one, which is, like, the most important node to have maxed other than this one. But yeah, build's working fine. It's working better than it was. Just problems with my brain. That's the real issue. How's your Sentinel coming? I almost made the Sentinel today, but then I was like, you know what? I still have a whole other build I want to run on this character. I'm going to do that before I consider another character. And then I should probably stop there for this season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at least make it predictable for me to know where this point's going to be. Like, I just don't know where. I'm not mad they take it out. Or, I'm not as mad they take it out as the fact that I'm mad that I don't know what they take it out of when they do. And it doesn't seem to have a logic to it. or like there's a logic, but it's not predictable. 100%. Because I agree. I think they should have you take out whatever point you put in last. Oh, fuck. I forgot the gauntlet was today. Is it good? Is I Am Exile smashing?
The moment comes.
I've actually never watched a gauntlet live. I'm really bad with catching live events. I usually catch up on. Other than like the Super Bowl. Really? Well, I guess that makes sense because that's Katava, right? No. What is that they die at? That might be... That's either the first Katava you fight, or that's, Dorian. Because that's a rippy fight, too. And are they disqualified when they die, or... do they just get put behind big time? Oh. I didn't know it was hardcore. That makes sense, though. Yeah, and there's no way you're catching up then. Unless everyone dies. That's why you just gotta start, like, calling all of everyone that's in the stream and telling them that, like, their DoorDash is there or something and hope that it fucks them up. Wait, why? Is it, like, Fresha or Fresha? Or is that just a gauntlet specific thing? Interesting. I imagine some people die at... What's the first place I could see someone dying? Brutus, maybe? I could see every once in a while, like, a Roa death. They get stunned. And it tells you when they died. I'll have to look at it. Damn. See, that's so hard to balance. Like, moving fast, but not dying. What are their faces like? Are they like... do they laugh or what? Are they sweating it? That's hilarious. I should have watched it. If I had this set up differently, I should set this up differently for the future so that I can, like, put a screen in the bottom right or something.
Easy. Too easy.
Ruin. Oh! Like, if you get hit 7 times, you die? And that lasts, like, it doesn't... that lasts the whole game? Dude, GGG cracks me up. Oh, it's not, it doesn't, okay. So when the boss dies, it doesn't carry over. It's not like an ultimatum, like it carries over between rounds. See, I have an axe filter now just in case I run this Sentinel. Oopsie. Oopsie. Interesting. Oh, because people are like portaling to avoid death. Okay. Dude. GG's brutal. I love them. I'm such a fan of that studio. For so many reasons. All right. Do you have a... Oh, I did look at... So I went on Grim Dawn just to make sure I could run it, right? And that, like, everything works fine. Which I didn't feel... It's, like, on Titan Quest. It's like a Titan Quest reskin, basically. Now I understand why people are saying it's old. I thought people were like... It was released in 2016. I thought people were like, that's old. I'm like, PoE was, like, 2012. What are we talking about? Now it makes sense. But, I did look at the... Make sure it ran and all that stuff. And I played... Excuse me. Until level 2. So I could look at the classes. And I think I'll go Inquisitor. What do you think? I don't know what my second class would be. I have no idea. But Inquisitor gives me the Spellblade vibes. But with guns. Reminds me of like maybe Lucian from League of Legends. Or if you ever played Wildstar. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll try to catch it. I haven't looked them up yet, so. I might be able to put it in the background while I like eat or something. Actually, right before this, I was just, so I have a buddy who's his high school, he's one of my, like, high school close friends. He's getting married. He gave us, like, 2 months of notice or something. It's something ridiculous. So a lot of people couldn't go. So I'm, like, helping my one friend get there and everything. And that's what I was doing right before this one. So I wouldn't have been able to watch it anyway. But, because I was having to organize a lot of things very quickly. But yeah. I was happy though. They're gonna be able to make it. So. Because I was gonna be the only one that made it. And I'm the least important one. They've all been friends since like they were little kids. Not that I'm not important, but I became friends with them in like high school. Put it actually. If we're already here, it's better to put it over here. Right. If it lets me. There we go. I didn't reduce my corruption, did I? Nope, I didn't. All right. Well, let's just do this one because I haven't done that one either yet. I don't think I can beat... What is it? 427 Corruption, Confluence of Oblivion? But I'm down to try. If you're burning out on, it could. It could. I've also... It could. You're right. It could. We're going to do this one first, though, because I don't know what this is. It's wild to me, some of these woven echoes, like, will have the same corruption requirements, and some of them will be like a cakewalk, and some of them will be like... I don't even know what that was. Like, what did I just do? And that, like... That was like 100 corruption, and you can do an Omen Veil at 100 corruption? Like, come on. Oh, man. Alright. Let me hydrate before we attempt this. I really thought... I forgot... Oh, fuck. I forgot I just fought an Echo of the World and upgraded this timeline. Okay. I'm going to pretend that I feel like I can handle 427 corruption. And just see if we can fake it till we make it.
You understand nothing, traveler.
Ah! One down. Yes, but then that one would have been super hard. Like, that was easier. That Woven Echo was easier than at 427 corruption than an Omen Veil would be at 100. Okay. That little dinky thing just did 3,700 damage is what you're telling me. I thought I made it out. And I got that little tink. Man, alright. For anyone who saw the beginning of the stream, no, you didn't. Hello and welcome. We're resetting the timeline. None of that happened. That's how this works, right? When you reset the timeline. Makes it so I didn't die on stream. To Confluence of Oblivion. Again. Gonna make this significantly less spicy. Alright. Well, I fucked that up. But yeah, you're right. It does scale off the corruption. The timeline corruption. That's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense that some of these Woven Echoes are like... cakewalks. Even at high corruption. And then like There's a Harbinger Echo I still haven't beat. Because they one-shot me, even at the base corruption. Yeah. I think there's another one I still haven't beat, but I'm not sure. I forgot to put my Weaver point in, though. So if you're burning out on last epoch, what's next? Epoch. Jesus Christ, man, I cannot talk. What's next for you after that?
Of my research.
Call of Duty. Maple Story. Fuck with some Maple Story. That was my introduction to online gaming. I made a warrior, and his name was Stallion Lord. Why? Not sure. Couldn't tell you. Thought it sounded cool. I thought the Diablo 4 expansion was already out. Thought it like literally just came out. Like a month ago, not even. Or you mean the one, like whatever comes after that. Why can't I not go on to the next? Why is it saying I didn't complete that? Bro. That's wild. Squish season? What is a squish season? Like a filler? Like an anime filler? Okay. I don't know, man. I think that's... I don't want to ruin Diablo 4 for you, but from what I've gleaned from others talking about Diablo 4, I think Diablo 4 is filler. That's what they talk about it like. They're like, yeah. Dude, you know what game sucks? Civ 7. I've played every Civ since Civ 2. It's like one of the first games I played. I played Civ 2 when I was in first grade. And I like, we didn't, my dad played with me. We didn't have, Oh, I see. Okay, so they just didn't even do the expansion with it. Got you. Okay. But anyway, back to shit on Civ 7. My dad and I played Civ 2. We found it, I think. I forget how we found it. And it didn't have a instruction book or anything, and this before, like, you just had... You're too young to remember this, but, like, you just didn't have the internet at one point in life. It just wasn't a thing. And, so you couldn't look anything up if you didn't have the rule book, unless you, like, went to a library, which... I'm a nerd. I'm not that big of a nerd. Anyway, hold on a sec. Let me think. But yeah, we played it and we figured it out without a rule book, which was just insane because it's before they, like, game makers realized how to, like, teach you how to play the game through playing the game. Nothing was explained. See, so every Civ that's come out, people complained about when it first came out. So I kind of was like, yeah, you just give it a little bit of time, it'll be fine. Everyone's gonna figure it out, have fun with it and everything. So, like, me saying Civ 7 is an abomination is a big deal because I've never been like, oh yeah, I didn't like it. I was like, I gotta give it some time. No, this game fucking blows. Very sad. Civ 6, what they do is like usually Civilization isn't that great on the first expansion, like on the vanilla, because it's just not like fully developed in terms of concepts and stuff. But there's like a full game. It's a game. The whole game you can play, and the game's good. But I think they just tried to like do too many things that Old World did, and too many things that Humankind did, and did none of them well. And then they sacrificed everything that Civ does well. On top of the fact that their expansions, like, okay, so I bought the deluxe edition because I knew I was going to play it. It was like $90 instead of the like standard 60, right? And I got 2 free, like before the game was out, they already had the DLC ready. So you bought the base game, and they were like, this is the DLC that you would get with other stuff. I'm like, that's kind of bullshit. Just fucking put it in the game if you already have it. Like, come on. So I downloaded day one, and I swear to you, I got into this game, and I was like, this is weird. I thought I downloaded the DLC, but there's only like, I only have like 6 civs to choose from. There's no way there's only 6 civs. There's only 6 civs with 2 things of DLC. It's fucking bullshit because of the way it, like the age system works. And then like they're like, oh yeah, but you get more because you switch halfway through and blah blah blah. No, you don't. You pick Rome. You gotta pick America in Endgame. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing else transitions well. It's just like it's so bad. It's so bad. I'm very disappointed because like they didn't even have to make a good, like, it didn't have to be anything crazy. They just have to not fuck up, and I will play every Civ game ever. They fucked up hard. The reviews on it are like 20% positive. It's pretty nuts. I don't think I've ever seen a major game publisher with as bad reviews as they're getting. They started giving the new DLCs for free. They're like next 2 after the first 2. Which, think about that. Game's like barely been out for a year. They've already done 4 DLCs. And they gave 2 of them for free. Which I still don't think it's a full game. Like, I still don't think the game is even like a vanilla, like, complete game. And then they, the UI wasn't working, so they had to hire this guy that used to do, like, UI mods. I'm trying to figure out where to put this Weaver point. I just don't know what to do with it. And they're like, he, like, reworked everything, but, like, the game literally, there were things that just didn't work day one. And you were, like, several menus deep with no explanation, and I played, like, they have a Steam Deck version, and, like, it's so bad. Steam Deck screen's like this, right? Or so. You only get to see, like, this much of the map, because the rest of it is, like, other leaders and, like, all this shit. And then if you, at all times, you can't turn this off, by the way. At all times, wherever you have your cursor, it will be showing you what that map tile, like, what's on it. And like a description of it. So that's taking up the rest of your screen. And you can't really zoom out that far. So I was like, well, fuck that. They must make it so that I can just play on the normal PC version. Yeah. They must make it so I can play on the normal PC version even though I'm on Steam Deck. No, they don't. You can't switch out of it. You have to use handheld mode. Then they came out with a VR version. Which, who the fuck cares about VR Civ 7? What it is just basically makes it a board game in VR. Dude, yeah, it's... They also... It's available on mobile. It's available in the Apple App Store. All the same game. I think they just tried to get every market, and they're like, make it work for everything, and then it just was fucking awful for everything, because it's... basically a mobile game now for $90. That's still not a full game at $90. The people who bought the like $120 founder pack are furious. Furious. That it's the worst. Yeah. Yeah. There's not many games I talk that much shit on. I played 100 hours of it. I tried so hard to like this game. It was kind of like last epoch. I was kind of like, when I first started playing it, I was like, it's pretty easy. I don't really get it. But then it kind of grew on me. Like this game has, you know, it's not the best in the genre, I don't think, but I think that it's got its own values to stand on. I couldn't come up with a nice thing to say about Civ 7 if you put a gun in my head. I gave it one more chance after the first go around, after they did like a bunch of patches, and I was like, is it better? I played it and I was like, it's better. Still don't want to play it. Keep in mind, I have like, this is like a pastime for me and my dad. So this man has, I think, so first off, I bought him Civ 6 and I don't think he understood that it was a new game. I think he thought it was an expansion for Civ 5 because he just kept playing Civ 5 for years and telling me he was playing Civ 6 until I looked at his Steam account and he had like 7,000 hours on Civ 5. It's like, what are you doing, bro? How do you have 7,000 hours on this game? Like, well, it's the old, I think that's the old one. I don't play that one. I'm like, no, you don't play the new one, man. But anyway, I probably have like 10,000 hours of Civ under my belt over all the Civs combined. Because if I had a video game that was like, well, you have a video game now. Like, imagine your parents giving you a toy and they're like, no, this is the toy. Not toys, the toy. You get one toy. That's what it was like for video games. Also with Magic cards. My dad bought me one starter pack and I was like, I can't play with this. And he's like, what do you mean you can't play with that? I'm like, I can't even make a deck with this. This is just 7 cards. He's like, you can figure it out. First off, not only do I need a deck, I need you to have a deck, or at least a deck that I can play against myself. This man just does not understand that you don't just buy a card and you're like, I've played the game. Anyway. So yeah, I played a ton because I had Civ 3 when that came out. That was the game I had. Then the next one was Maple Story because that was free. Then Guild Wars because it didn't have an hourly or monthly fee. And then I started making my own money. Most hours I have are either in factory games. What do you mean factory games? Like Factorio? Wait, no. Like, Satisfactory? We're gonna keep pushing until we get Confluence, but... So I've never played Factorio, but I did play Satisfactory. I think that game's pretty funny. I like some of it. I didn't get super far in it. I struggle with those kinds of games where it's like it's a Minecraft type thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's too open world for me. But yeah, I like Eco for some reason. I don't know why that one's the difference for me. Which do you like better, Factorio or Satisfactory? Because from my understanding, Factorio is like less graphics, but functionally probably better. Not to say Satisfactory is bad, but because I think Factorio is like 2D, right?
The reflection stars.
Because Dwarf Fortress is the one that's ASC, II, or 2D, or whatever. Slay the mirror. Ooh. I've yet to see a Shade of Orbis. Man, I got a lot of these recently. I think these are like fucking super rare. I've gotten 3 of these today. I've barely played today. Yeah. That's where, maybe I would like Factorio better, because that's where Satisfactory lost me. It was like, a lot of it ended up being like aesthetic. And like, yeah, it's efficient, but like, they didn't really need to be efficient. You could botch that setup pretty bad and it'd still be functional. But I do like the voice lines and like the when you're in danger. It cracks me up when you're in danger and they're like, "Warning, whatever the company property is in danger," instead of your life is in danger or something. Giant foundation slap in this guy? I mean, that's pretty cool. See, that's why I like that. Like, I saw some, like, rocks floating, and I was like, we should build up there. But I was playing with 2 friends, and for some reason, I was the only one that had grand dreams. They were just like, no, we were going to make it look clean. I'm like, fucking build it on that floating rock. Why are we not building on a floating rock? But then my buddy started doing math on the efficiencies, and I started putting stuff down, and he's like, technically, you need 3 of those going into 2 of these. And I'm like, okay, we're done here. Yeah, he was like undoing shit I did and like redoing it. And I was like, all right. I think I'm done with this one. But what's the point of it if it doesn't look nice or anything? You just make it efficient? Aren't you an electrician? What do? You just let the wires hang out? Install TV and you're like, yeah, the wire does that. You do be seeing it. What is attacking me? Oh, that was a shrine thing. Because that's how I saw it, was like, it was like fishing lines for electric, where I was like, okay, I can like put the conveyor belts under the ground floor and then have them come up or whatever, and like, you don't see them. I see. I mean, that's got its own aesthetic. Brutalism was a thing. That was supposed to be like super chic for a little while. So what class did you play in Grim Dawn? Or what was your favorite? Excuse me. Okay, so I assume Pyromancer is like Demolitionist and Sorcerer or something. Eek. Vas. Occultist. Eek. One day I'll get it. That's definitely your style. Like that seems to be where you stick, is in the spellcasty dead people. Oh, here. You want a membrane keyboard or a mechanical? Just fix that shit. Nah, fixing keyboards is a pain in the ass. Buy a new one. How are you going to be... Oh, you don't WASD, do you? Hey, man. I feel that. Yeah, these are not WASD games, in my opinion. Which is why I'm like, I'm just gonna use controller.
Easy. Too easy.
I think that's the break point for me. Is it like, if it's a WASD game, I would use a keyword. Like Overwatch, shooters, all that stuff. MMORPGs, shit like that. If it's a top-down isometric, I'd probably rather use a controller. Or anything like single-player roleplay-y, because it makes me feel less like keyboard to me feels super try-hard. Like I use keyboard when I want to fuck shit up. I'm super like I have to be super serious about a keyboard in front of me. Well, I have a keyboard in front of me, but if I'm using the keyboard to play the game. I don't know why. It just feels very, it's almost like, this is not meant to be a pun, but it's gonna be. It feels very, like, mechanical when you use a keyboard. Whereas with a controller, it feels like you're like, I don't know, I feel like more, it's like when people talk about cars and they're like, well, I can't feel the road with this stuff. That's what I feel with the keyboard and mouse. Like, yeah, technically, steer by wire is better. But
Easy. Too easy.
an actual connection, you can feel it. I don't know. Feel the resistance and shit. What you mean? Well, you think you're German just because you're German, you know cars? What's better? Are you a car guy?
He remembers you.
Next, you're gonna tell me you drive manual. Okay. What I should say is, wait, no, steer by wire is more immediate. I thought that was the whole point of it. Oh yeah, that's a European thing. You guys don't need cars like we do. I wish I didn't. Good luck doing anything without a car in the U.S. Unless you're in like center city somewhere, and even then, I would not be able to get to any of my family without a car. So here, commercially, they couldn't even... Where is this dude at? Okay. They couldn't even, like... Actually, I did drive manual once commercial, like, for work. But that was, like... Oh, you just don't... You do need a car, you just don't have one. Got it. So I did have to do manual, but I don't think I ever actually learned how to drive manual. It was a surprise that I was even going to have to drive that thing. Anyway, here you couldn't expect to put a manual car out there, and there'd be very few people in the workforce that would know how to drive it if you did. Hey. Yeah. So spoiler, I used to work in the car industry. And that is accurate. That is why I did not let employees take their cars home for fun. If you need the car, it's a different story, but no one actually needed these cars. Put it that way. There's a lot of wanting these cars. There was not a lot of absolutely needing the car. There's lots of fake excuses why we needed the cars. But this is not the kind of car that you need. In fact, some of these cars that we had were the kinds of cars that if you had one, you needed another car. This is not your only car. Now car sounds like weird to me as a word. I said it too many times in a row. I'll start saying Das Auto. Das Auto. Yeah. Right? I did fail German. Twice. So. Well, once was a date. And the other time I just stopped going to class. So I don't... Technically, I never actually failed it, but... I rarely went. If you can't tell. My German teacher hated me. Or the one did. One liked me a lot. But there was one, she was new. She hated me. And I just couldn't figure out why. I mean, now I kind of understand. But it was like, I don't do anything. I'm not a bad kid. I just don't care. She had kids like throwing gum. But no, it was me that she was upset about. Although, to be fair to both of us, I did this. The story I'm about to tell you, I did this after she was already being kind of a bitch to me for pretty much no reason for like a whole semester. And she really dislikes me after this, which is understandable. But there was one time I came back. Her class for me was right after, it was in high school, right after lunch. And I just happened to have lunch right next to this class. But you have to go all the way, it was a huge school. We had to go all the way across the school to my locker. And then, I had to come all the way back to where I was, and I timed it. It was like 15 minutes, and I only had 10 minutes to get to the next class. If I needed to use the bathroom, I was going to be super late. So one time I raised my hand in class, like halfway through, and I was like, and she just was ignoring me. And I eventually was like, hey, can you please call on me? And she was like, yes, Nick, what is it? My name's Nick, by the way. And I was like, I really need to go to the bathroom. And she's like, you should have gone to the bathroom during lunch. I know you have lunch before this. I'm like, okay, but I couldn't. And like, also, it does take some time to digest and like all this stuff. Like, I actually need to go to the bathroom. And she's like, well, you're just going to have to wait. And I was like, well, I'm just going to have to shit in the trash can if you don't let me go. So, after that, I totally understand why she doesn't like me. But it took some getting there. Direct trickle clinic. But what about friction? And all the torque transfer and everything. If you turn, like if you're turning, dude, I can't even. This is all mechanical stuff. You probably got me beat on this. But if you turn like, you know, those things, it's a gear and it has like a lever attached to another thing. And then that turns that. There's delay. Because I'm trying to think what it's called. Because most cars now don't do a true, like, one-to-one physical connection. There's some circuitry no matter what involved. Like, I think the Lotus Elise was, like, famous for not. It was just a fully manual, or fully physical. Oop. Connection. can't think of the name of it. I don't know why. I'm like racking my brain. Whatever. Right. Yeah, if steel wire fails, you're done. But I mean, that's the thing. Everything is... If this thing fails, it doesn't work anymore. That works. That's true of everything. The difference with mechanical stuff is I could just see it. So, are you a big car guy? Or is this just like they teach this to you in school in Germany? Because you have the ultimate driving machine. Ooh. Confluence of Oblivion. And it's not at 500 fucking corruption. Go for it. Well, dude, I mean, people don't even know what, like, the different types of drives. Like, in America, people are just like, I want 4-wheel drive. No, you fucking don't. You want all-wheel drive. There is a 4-wheel drive, but, like, you want all-wheel drive. Based on everything you just said to me, you want all-wheel drive. Do you want to turn 4-wheel drive on and off? No? You want it on all the time? That's all-wheel drive. Okay. Like, people just don't know these things. Just like the names and stuff. Like, steer by wire? No one's thinking about that. And I'm sure you guys don't call it common sense. I'm sure you call it, like, Gesellschaftskommand Schiner Genetzer Machen. Or something ridiculously long. That was a terrible joke. Okay. Honestly, I kind of thought that might be the case. Like, people in America, Allgemeinwissen, Allgemeinwissen, yeah? You could totally teach me some shit that makes me sound dumb. Not that I don't already, but. I see. No, that makes sense though, that Germany's like that. It's like I don't know. America was probably like that when we were, you know, if you go to Detroit, right? Back when GM was big there. It's probably very similar. But it's just such a consumer good now. It's like no one knows what they're actually buying. For the most part. Unless you get someone that's like into it. Germany also has a very hard tilt towards the driving specifics, unless you're Mercedes, and I don't like Mercedes. Or Mercedes drivers. I hope you're not a Mercedes driver. But it's probably different in Germany, too. There's a very specific type of person that drives a Mercedes in the U.S. The worst, though, are the people that buy fucking BMWs and then they drive, like, 30 miles under the speed limit. And they're like, oh, it's because it's a luxury car. I didn't buy it because it's a sports car. No, you bought a sports car that has luxury things in it. What, like General Motors? General Motors. And then you have, what? Yeah, yeah. General Motors did a lot of fucked up shit. Okay, fun fact, maybe you do or don't know this. Two things. One very car related, one not so car related. One, General Motors came out with an electric vehicle in 1998. See, I don't even know what a Vito is. I'm assuming that's like a C-Class or like it's like a workman's car. There's no like working class Mercedes in the US, really. There's the Mercedes Sprinter vans. Those are like, but that's different. I'm talking about like you're a Mercedes S-Class driver or you have a GLE or whatever. Yeah, okay, that's a Sprinter. Those are good. Mercedes makes good trucks and stuff. But I'm talking about the general consumer public. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't... I forget what that's called. I actually don't know that they sell that here. I think that's like always Mitsubishi's. I've only ever seen them as like the little one Mitsubishi's. America, they just want bigger. Dude, they made fucking crossovers. They're supposed to be like mini SUVs. They're just fucking hatchbacks that are higher off the ground and they don't even have more space than sedans. They just look like an SUV. And people buy them up like crazy. Where's my fucking... Here we go. Enchant these already? I did. Did I enchant these? No. Well, I can't do that right now anyway. And people still park over them. Also, there are cars here that are too big for the parking spots. And they're like trucks that people are using as commuters. And I'm like, bro, why do you need a dually to go 5 miles back to and from work? Oh, sometimes I get a Christmas tree and I put it in the back. You could put it, just fucking wrap it on the car. But people constantly park over those parking spots. I don't know how people manage to fuck that up. The boss echo. Have you been to the US? Oh shit, I forgot I gotta fight this guy too. Oh, GM story. So, I don't know how much you know about electric cars, but GM came out with the EV1 in 1998. It was a massive success. They only sold it as a lease. At the end of the lease, what they found was that it was a very, very good car. People really, really liked it. Everyone that liked the EV1 wanted to keep it, wanted to buy it out. GM said no. They bought them all out, crushed them. Because the next year, they came out with the Hummer. Now, why would those two things be connected, you might be asking? Well, they realized that wow, we make more money off of the maintenance of the car than we do off selling the car because we're not making shit off of these electric cars that don't have oil and all this other stuff. So they took that learning and they came out with the fucking Hummer. It was like the most maintenance intensive thing you could possibly imagine. And then they like squashed all EV1 information that was out there. Look it up though. It's a real thing. The other thing is GM in the 60s, I want to say, or maybe 50s, started this City of the Future thing, which was basically propaganda, which most things are, right? In some way or another, for better or for worse. Nice. Conflicts of Oblivion. Oh, wait. No. Nick. Reset the timeline. Well, yeah, that's because we have ridiculous emissions things. And this comes from a country that has Volvo. If you want to talk about what engines are producing versus what they should produce. Yeah, in the 1960s or 50s. So they ran this like City of the Future thing where they pitched all the, governments on the fact that, hey, everything's going to be cars in the future, which was definitely a potential, right? And here's how we envision it. And they showed like cities where everyone's driving cars in the cities. We used to have public transport, like trolleys and stuff all through cities. But they convinced everyone that we need to get rid of those and modernize by making them into streets. Great marketing because it sold tons of cars because now you can't get anywhere without a car. Not even in the city. You want to walk on those streets? People fucking park on the street, man. The sidewalks, people park on them. That is just another lane, especially if you're in like New York. If you don't go on the sidewalk, people will honk at you. They're like, what are you doing, asshole? Light's green. Because the sidewalk's there that you could go there. What is your car brand of choice? Now, we did just get another viewer. I will say, I'm not a huge car guy. I used to work in the car industry, and Tyriel and I are debating vehicle information. But this is not a common topic on this stream, just FYI. Unless you want it to be. Unless I end up finding out that everybody who's interested in what I have to say are like cars. Maybe it's because I have a beard now. I don't know. The king of cars, he says. Volvo. Scania? What the fuck is a Scania? Isn't that like that's another brand in the US. I don't remember what it is, but Buick? Maybe? All your German cars are hard to maintain. I mean, also it's more expensive for us because they're imports here, but where the fuck is this spiral? All right. We'll get this chest. Oh, a great wizard's cache. That was a great waste of time. Listen, I'm not standing up for US made cars, trust me. They've not been good in recent years, for sure. I do like the C8 Corvette, though. I think that's cool. But yeah, other than that, there's just like faux muscle cars that people have made. So what we're doing here is we are farming the timelines at a low corruption, about 200, which is the breakpoint for getting OMNIS. so that we can do it quickly and efficiently, because you have to fight 5 Shades of Urbis in a Confluence of Oblivion for the best chance to get an amulet, as opposed to just the one in an Echo of the World. Oh, man, I'm getting so many more drops randomly. Another chain of what is happening? And are not easily deterred by bullshit designs. That is the most German engineering at its finest statement I've ever heard. Well, if you are not easily deterred by how bullshit the design is, they are the best cars on the market. Now I'm speaking French, I think. I don't know. Is this sealed? I mean, now if you gotta maintain that shit, bro. Some of those engines, I mean, they're 3D printing the engines now with Porsche, but, yeah, man. I don't know. I can't work on my own cars, though, so, like, the worst I've done is replace my spark plugs. Which, by the way, that's, like, more than most people I know how to do. I'm not in the country, though, or anything. I'm, like, close to the city. And they're not, your cars aren't efficient, either. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, torque, maybe you're efficient, but... Yeah. See, I got a Mazda. Little economy box. Little shitter. Thing will run for fucking ever. That Honda, Toyota. So this is our tab with all of our Omnis and Savings of Anguish, which pretty much all this will be getting corrupted. But we got to get them fully modded first before we corrupt them. So using Nemesis to do that help us a little bit. Some of the other ones we'll put into the temporal time thingy. The hope is to take, you know, like the best exalted rings I can get and put good affixes on stuff. Make as many good rings as I can so that we can brick a lot without worrying about it. Same with the Omnis. We'll make a lot of good Omnis so when they all brick, there's at least one that's usable. If not, fucking max rolls. We lost some material. As soon as I stop talking about cars. Maybe we should just talk about cars. See, there's 2 different kinds of efficiency, though. You have the Asian efficiency, which is, like, super, like, gas sipping. And then you have the German efficiency, which is, like, a lot of horsepower. Put 2 miles per gallon, and you better change the oil every 1,000 miles. Ooh, yeah, that can be bad. Also, fun fact, that's why electric cars were first made, because gas cars, you used to have to, like, torque them to get them going. And if, I mean, men, like, it would shoot the thing out sometimes. Men would die from it, but women literally couldn't do it, for the most part. So electric cars were made for women. And then, like, they got rid of the need to crank it like that to start it up. And then electric cars went away, but because they didn't have the range. They were lead acid batteries, I think. Or lead nickel. I can't remember. But yeah, I wouldn't fuck with the clutch. Or suspension. That's not saying a lot, though, because there's not a lot on the car to fuck with. personally. I basically replaced my spark plugs because I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and I was impressing her because I also replaced hers. So I was like, you like that? Totally didn't just Google that 10 minutes ago. Nah. They're fine now. I mean, maybe not in Germany. I don't know what the charging situation's like out there. Actually, Mercedes did the little smart car, which was very specifically for the city. Listen, just because Germany's car companies aren't good at making electric cars doesn't mean they all suck. China's fucking going crazy with hers. But it's also subsidized the hell and back. No, I don't need to do that right now. Oh, yeah. How could you not charge at your own home? Yeah, if you're like in an apartment complex or something, like that is the only thing that I don't know what. I guess Germany probably also has less like more a little bit more congested maybe. I don't know how to explain it, but at minimum you just plug it into a 110 as long as your cord can reach. Don't fucking put that shit on an extension cable though. That's like 70 miles. Most people can drive 70 miles in a day. 70 miles overnight.
Come, witness.
For all you need is 240. Huh. I don't know if that's true in America, though. Do you do a lot of like electric car installations or no? Probably not if you're rural. If you when you get a car, what are you gonna get? I'm assuming you're gonna get a car. Let's just pretend, even if you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get one. What would you get? Give me your like dream pick, and then give me your like, this is actually like, still not. Don't be like, oh, I would get a Honda Accord because that's what I should get. Like something reasonable, but that's, you know, still like cool. Did you look up the conversion for whatever your euro is to cents? That's crazy. Good job, man. Props to you. 30 cents per kilowatt hour is a little high. I don't know what your gas prices are there, but here 30 cents per kilowatt hour would be like highway robbery. Here's like 16 cents a kilowatt hour. And that's only like recently, I think. Oh, okay. Well, euros are worth more than $1, right? So that's even more. It's like 40 something cents US dollars per kilowatt. And we're like 16. That's crazy. Yeah, it might not be worth it then. How many euros is a gallon of gas? Oh, you probably don't use gallons because you guys use things that make sense. But I don't know how to convert from liters. Yeah. No. You guys use stuff that makes sense. I'm full on board of like we should probably just switch to the metric. At least those numbers and the conversions make sense. Ours are like, this one's a foot. It's 12 inches. An inch is 100 centimeters. A yard is 3 feet. It's like, can we standardize them? Okay, a gallon is 3.8 liters. A gallon of gas here right now is like $4.20. If not more. What is it there? 2 confluence. 3 confluence. Oh, that's echo. Dude, I think I need to get like fucking background music. Make it a little bit more hypey. Because then I don't have to talk literally constantly, too. 230 per liter. So... Oh my god. It's like $8 a gallon. Right? Are you guys okay? Oh yeah, I heard. I don't pay attention to world events right now. Not. I prefer to. Ignorance is bliss, my friend. I have learned that. Oh, I leveled. Yeah, it's like what it is for us now. Approximately, probably. By the way, does my voice sound better? I like noticed my mic. I was not talking into it a lot. Is it more consistent now? Oh, okay. Maybe it's just me noticing it then. I don't know. Because I was like listening back to my... Ooh. I was listening back to my streams and some of them I was like... It felt like I was like moving far away and I could barely hear myself and then I would move around. I also worked in audio, so I'm like very sensitive to like bad mic posture. But... Yeah, I gotta do some things. I gotta like lower the background noise. Actually, no. Before I forget. The balance was off. Let me know if it's too low though. But yeah, so I gotta work on that, and then I need to get like some background noise, like the approved music or whatever, and like sounds for things people subscribe, and I need to get like where my face is like an overlay, and maybe like get the chat to show up here or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, that I can't control. Well, I can by not fucking up the camera, but... And I'm like, that one doesn't bother me. Interesting. Interesting that I turned it on and I was like, damn, I'm like all over. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm just sensitive to it then. I think this is what I want. Goal is to get more crit on my items so I don't have to put 6 fucking points in this. And then I can get 4 in this. Because right now I'm not trending for that. I just noticed it in some music. What do you mean? Like the music is too loud? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I really want to get into this node and try to get that dex to pop off, but I have like 20 dex, dude. Look at my attributes. They're so low. Getting a plus 14 attributes, which by the way, what I've been talking about with the corrupting of the omnis, I've now seen 3 like big time streamers talking about it. All the max roll people, they're starting to bring it up. Like, yeah, you should really just be corrupting your omnis. So I need to get this video out before everyone starts talking about it. But I don't really know how to make videos, so. Oh man. I would do that confluence if it wasn't at 428 corruption. Oh, I hate when mixes are like... They would probably call that like, ethereal. Or atmospheric. It's probably the phrasing for it. For me, I'm just like... That just sounds like... You're hiding the singer, but... Teach their own. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what Nightwish is. I do know that a lot of like metal singers and screamo singers or whatever it's called are like technically very skilled. So I'm not surprised to hear that there's an opera singer in that, but I don't know what Nightwish is, but there's some like really experimental bands out there, and like sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm glad that you tried something new. Don't do it again. I hope you learned your lesson. It sucked. Patrolling ice giants. That's a lot of ice giants. Right, but you know what I'm saying? Like in oh yeah, like opera. I don't know how I put this. A lot of the same things that you need for Screamo is just a more like throaty opera. Like the breath control and the voice control is extremely difficult. I'm not super educated on this one though, but that was my impression. You're in like one of the very few genres of music I don't know much about. I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of genres I don't know much about, but like you're in one of the very few major, like, overarching genres that I'm just like completely clueless on. I haven't really listened to any of it. It's not my style. I'm sure if I listened to it more, I would like it more, but that's just how everything is. I'm trying to think of the one that my one buddy had. They're very prog, and they have like, I mean, this might be the band you're talking about. They're known for being experimental, and they have like, they do have like, I mean, I don't think they're known for their singer though. But they always have like a symphony and an opera. Yeah. No, I'm with you. That's just the one I don't know about. Techno, I also am not like as up on. It's anything electronic music without a lot of like vocal focus. I'm a big lyrics guy. Lyrics are what get me. So like that probably explains a lot. It's very hard for me. I can like a song a lot, and then if I listen to the lyrics after a while, and I'm like, oh no, this is bad, I can't like the song anymore. They just turn me off. And then there's like songs that I'm just like, this is not great, but the lyrics are awesome. I end up loving it. Just something I've had to learn to accept about myself. It's like rap. I'm a big rap fan. It's not super melodic all the time, so like I prefer other stuff because I really like electric guitar riffs and things like that. But there's some really, really good rap out there, and there's very good lyrics in a lot of rap. There's some very bad lyrics in rap too, but that's in all music. Was not expecting him to kill up. He died. Be dead that fast, but I'll take it. Like the actual writing, both the way that's sung too. I also have a very specific like style of singing, I guess, that I like. I don't know how to explain it. It has to be very dynamic, but I don't necessarily care about like the skill level of the singer. I have to like feel the emotion in their voice, I guess, and the literal message that they're writing, like not just the message that they're conveying, but also how they convey it, like you know, alliteration. I'm a fucking nerd, dude. If you hit me with some consonants and assonants, I'm like, oh, sick. Double entendres, poof, got me. I also care about like the entire concept. If there's an album, I'm like, what is the story arc? What are they trying to tell me? How are they trying to do this? Are there characters in it? Because a lot of times there are. Insomnia. Is that... Oh, dude, I think that might be the band. What's... I was going to say it's a bunch of guys with really long hair, but that's probably a lot of them. And they have like 17 string guitars. Or something crazy. I don't even know. They're very virtuosic. But that's the thing, is like, I don't want to just read it. I gotta hear it. Yeah. What is it called? Hold on, I'm gonna clear this. I think I could figure it out. Oh, come on, man. You have like no health. What do you think you were gonna do? I want to say it's like Symphonia or something. Nah, it's not Opeth. Insomnium sounds kind of right. I think that might be it. Insomnium? Nah, I don't think they're Finnish. Let me see if I can figure... Dream Theater. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. And I know they have, like, pretty good shit going on in the background. I can't tell what they're saying. But that's the thing, is I can't just read it and be like, oh, it's good. I got it. It's about, like, how it's conveyed, too. Like, you could say... The same singer could sing the same line, and one of them I would like, and one of them I wouldn't, just by how it was said. It is what it is. I'm not gonna pretend that there is a strong logic to this, but it's just, yeah. Also, I'll just come out on this now. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan too, so take that as you will. And it's not like joking or like ironic. That's like, I tried to get some of my friends to go with me to the concert, her Eras tour, and none of them would. And then I was like, I can't go to this though, and just be like some 30-year-old dude around. Just a bunch of little, like, teenage girls screaming for Taylor Swift. And I'm like, shh. It's my favorite lyric. I love this part. I think Taylor Swift's an amazing songwriter. I think she's very, very good. In many ways. But yeah. Also a very good lyricist. Rap-wise, Kendrick Lamar. I think he's the GOAT. I know that's a hot take. I think if you had to say not Kendrick, I think it's either Biggie or Eminem. I don't think it's Tupac. Although I do like Tupac, and he's up there. It's probably right after all those three. Yeah, I mean, that is what pop music is. I don't think that's new. I think they've gotten better at it. Like, there's a literal formula. Like, all pop music, I think, is at 114 beats per minute. I don't even think they will give you a look from the radio if you're not at that very specific beats per minute that's, like, found to be the most popular. Which is insane to think about. Like, you have to make it a certain beats per minute to even have a chance Nice, we got Confluence of Oblivion already. To even have a chance of getting on the radio. So you've already, like, narrowed down your field of music that you can make to a single beat per minute. And it's got to be in 4/4. It's like, that alone is wild. But then they know, like, oh, you know, these structures tend to perform the best, and you've got people like, what's his name? He did Mike Posner. Mike Posner's like writing for like everybody. He's a ghostwriter for everyone. So of course it all sounds the same. Mike Posner's a very good writer, by the way. Ed Sheeran's writing for everybody. Like, there's one guy that just got off a record deal where he had to write for everyone. Now he's making his own music. I think it's garbage, but he's clearly talented. I just don't like it because it's like, it is just very, very pop. But yeah, I don't think so. Now I'm realizing why you say that. I don't think Taylor Swift is pop though. I think she's pop because she's popular. I do think she has pop songs, but I think if you listen to any artist and you listen to like their pop music, it's gonna be very different because you have to make pop music, right? Records aren't, well, people buy records and then hang them on a wall now, but listening to records isn't as popular as it once was. But like, I think a good concept is like, every artist needs their A side and B side. Your A side is your hooks, right? The things that catch people when they listen to it, they want to listen to again. That's like very like popular right away. Designed for that. Like, first listen, feels good, it's party stuff, whatever. Your B side is where you put all the stuff that the artist is like, this is exactly what I want to make and how I want to make it. And I don't care what people think. And I'll, like, if someone likes it, then great. Every artist has that. If you haven't, like, I don't think you can judge any artist until you've listened to full albums from them and multiple full albums from them if they have a large discography. Because if you listen to, like, we'll keep the Taylor Swift. Actually, we'll go Kendrick, just so I don't have to talk about how I like Taylor Swift for too long. Kendrick, if you listen to like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, you might not like Kendrick, or you might love him and not like his other stuff. But I think Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is good. It's just, I think it's dense. What's a better? Damn. I think Damn is his worst, like, studio album. All right, so we're hella corrupted. We'll do the boss echo, then we'll reset the timeline. What we won't do is spend an hour farming this and then realizing that we're in too high of a thing. Yeah, dude, they'll play the same shit for years. It's crazy. They put on like a little rotation and they're like, cool, it's set. Let's record our voice lines. And then you can also, like, there's also like very specific key changes that you can do from song to song that are like keep people interested and transition well. So like, if it ever feels like you're hearing the same songs on different stations, but in the same order, you probably are, because there's certain songs right now that are popular and they need to be strung together in certain ways. There's only so many ways you can do that. I can't, dude, I don't know why people listen to radio anymore. At least put fucking Pandora on or something. At least choose some of your own music. That's I don't understand how you can listen to radio and just be like, I'll just listen to whatever Hot Robbie 65 puts on the spins today, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm not a radio personality, clearly. But I don't know how you can just outsource your own music taste like that. That's crazy to me. At least like like Pandora's the same, or like Sirius XM, but like you can be like, no, I don't like this. Don't play this. If you listen to the radio, there are people who are just like, I don't like this song, and it's just on, and they just listen to it and wait for the next song or commercial. And then eventually they start liking the song because they've just heard it so many times. Like, you know what? It's growing on me. And they don't know anything else by the artist. Most of the time, they don't even know the fucking artist. They're just like, oh yeah, what's that? What's how that goes? Blah, 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 blah. I don't get it, man. And then you get the static. So I have vinyl records. I like vinyl records. I think they give a different sound that's cool. And I also like having the physical thing. And I also like the fact that I have to like physically change it. It makes it's odd, but you feel more connected to the like it's like a ritual almost. Yeah, dude, my favorite thing to do, one of my favorite things to do, is just sit with someone who has like somewhat similar music taste but different, and just be like, okay, show me some of the stuff that you like, get a feel for what they like, and then be like, ooh, okay, tell me if you like this song. And I try to find something that they haven't heard, but that they end up liking, and then like they play a song based on that, and like you go back and forth. I just love it. I love sitting there and just trying to find songs like that. Can't do it on stream because I'll get DCAA banned or whatever the hell it is, but that stream music, you really only got certain. Maybe I'll make my own. It'll be super simple, but maybe I'll make my own. Is this lightning res? I don't really. It's gonna corrupt it anyway, but. Now, I'm not very good at listening to music while working, though. Right. You still get the opportunity to be like, oh, what's this song? Yeah. Nah, it's one of the things so when I streamed early on in streaming, like just as like, because it was a thing, not nearly like this. It was like, I don't know. It was more like you were just like, oh, people want to watch me play. That's crazy. Okay. And you would like stream for your friends, and then like other people would find you. It's hard to explain. But it was on live stream or X stream at first. It might have been. I can't remember. And there was none of like they weren't tracking you. No one was making money on streaming. None of this stuff was happening. So you could just play whatever music you wanted to play. I had like playlists that I would play for specific games, and like I went deep, man. Music's important to me. But now it's like maybe I could listen to my own music and like separate it from the stream, but that would be weird and also difficult. And then any music I can play, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's even more generic than what we're talking about with pop music. Slay enemies to locate Ruby Captain Arjani. I think that's the gold main captain. And now we're about to planeswalk. Man, why you gotta attack me, bro? I thought you were dead. I had a guy in here the other day, ran him aside. He told me he plays with a 250 card white-black magic deck, and that he's mythic rank, which I have no reason not to believe him, but it's like, that's insane. Why would you do that? Maybe there's a method to madness, I don't know, but 250 cards is 6 times as many, and then add 10 as most decks have. If you played that paper, it'd be insane. I have a feeling it's like a tutor deck, but you can do different builds. I don't know if you play Magic the Gathering or not, but one of the cool things I think about the like online versions of it is you can take advantage of different mechanics way differently, because technically you could still do it in paper, but it's just a pain in the ass. You got to reshuffle and do all this stuff. I kind of need music to work because it keeps my head specific line of distracted that I can actually focus on. Yeah, see, I don't have that.
Too easy.
If music is on, I'm either totally focused on it, or I don't even recognize that it's on. So the only things that work for me is like the binaural beats. Classical doesn't work. I start analyzing all of it. I think that's the issue. And that just happens automatically. Or like I'd be like, oh, I like that they did this. So there's like a very fine line of it has to be music that I don't actively like, but also isn't awful. And I think if I put binaural beats on for the stream, come on, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Woo! Wasn't really all that close, but it was stressful. Because I didn't know until I got out of it. But I think if I put binaural beats on for the stream, I would just like zombie out. I would play hella good. But I don't know that I would talk. Where I gotta go? Oh, I already beat it. Okay. I get it though, because yours is more manual to an extent. You also have to think for electricity work, but like if it's quiet, I start to spin thoughts about. Yeah. To me, that's getting something done though. If it's productive. No, I'm the opposite way. So like that's the problem is if I have the music on, I start spinning out thoughts about the music. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Trust me. I've been there.
Easy. Too easy.
I'm very good at zoning out. In fact, I'm doing it right now with this game. I'm good at zoning out when I'm talking because I don't think I'm that interesting. Or I'm just not paying attention to what I'm saying. One of the two. I haven't decided yet. But if you put To Pimp a Butterfly on, I'm gonna listen to the reverb. I'm gonna listen to the lyrics, and I'm gonna listen to that saxophone. And I'm gonna listen to Thundercat slap the bass.
I must break free.
Yeah, see, I wish. I've tried it. I can do it like if it's super brainless tasks, like I'm like cleaning the dishes, like things that I wouldn't be able to do without a lot of distraction. But when I get distracted, I'm like completely distracted. Like I couldn't do electrical work. True, I think you've got that your type of music does that. too. It's a little bit better. I tried classical though, and I started being like, well, you know what? What do they symbolically mean by having the violin play that way at that time? I think it's just ADHD, but it's because I like music. There's not much that I like more than music. So. Other than new followers. I wasn't expecting it to work. Don't worry. Had to give it a shot. Want that. Right? I don't think I want that. No. Is he getting fucked up? Or is he not just not leveling at all? What do you mean? All he has to do is spin. He just gotta spin. That's it. He's currently... Oh, give him some music. Give your Void Knight some music. And a job to do. You just gotta press the spin button, man, right? I watched a Palceron video of Warpath. You just spin. I don't even think he dodged anything. He's moved back and forth like this on bosses and spun. Looked pretty great. Not gonna lie. Looked pretty great. This got moved around a lot. Positioning on this is tough. You mean tank everything. Like you just, yeah, you don't have to worry about getting hit, right? I hear Paladin is like hella broken in hardcore for this. Slay both champions. Oh, Nemesis. So are these draw? Is that what these are? Yeah, see, that sounds nice. I gotta like... Oh, I should put my OMNIS in there. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, with this, I gotta be like, when I attack the guy, I do that. That's my damage, too. It also moves me. So I have to, like, line up so I'm like, okay, he's gonna do his AoE. And I gotta make sure my guy goes this way. Void Knight, you're just like, he's standing there, so I also need to stand there. Sounds pretty nice. If I was just trying to... like get things moving real easy, I'd probably just do a Void Knight. My league starters from now on are definitely going to be Falconer or Void Knight. Just because I just don't like Paladin vibe in general. I haven't even looked at the builds. Void Knight seems pretty cool. It's also way cooler than generic Death Knight in terms of the aesthetic. Although Erasing Strike looks really boring. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played it, so I don't know, but can use that for my next build. Still no Confluence of Oblivion? I'm getting cucked. I guess I gotta place it.
Stay.
Every time I play this off stream, I get a Confluence of Oblivion within like the first 5 echoes. Every time I play it on stream, I'm like, I swear they exist, guys. Enter the cemetery. Defeat the Woven Firstborn. Where's the cemetery? It's over here. What level is the Void Knight now? It was, what, 54 last we talked? The nice thing about this guy is he's hella fast. I do like zooming. Now in these areas, I don't know if I'm supposed to like slow up a little bit to take the memory amber. See, like, okay, so this time, because I'm talking about it, I saw it. It's 531 memory amber. I definitely just do this the whole way and ignore all of it 95% of the time. And I think I shouldn't do that. But I don't know. Oh, damn, nice. Yeah, maps, right? Should be at almost a corrupted. Wait, did you figure out what happened to your Lich when they couldn't do the first corrupted maps? What was the issue? Or Torment Warlock? Where am I supposed to go? It's pointing that way. I'm not seeing a way to go that way. Here we go. I am not the person that you want to look to for directions. Right, yeah, you ended up doing the Torment Warlock. But I'm assuming you got... Okay. But you were having trouble with the Warlock in the first Corrupted Zones, though, weren't you? Because you ran 2 low life builds. I thought. Dude, we were having a one-on-one. Okay, did we spawn a Confluence of Oblivion? What is this? I don't think I've seen that one before. Did we? Is this it? We did. So this made it pointless to do this. Okay, cool. But we got Memory Amber. Ah, that'll do it. I was watching a breakdown on the math on that. It's kind of crazy. If you, like, get 1 more % res when you're already at, like, 75% res. So, like, if you can go over cap, right? That's a 4% increase. Or 4% decrease in damage. So it gets bigger the higher you go up because it's a smaller gap to 100%, right? But then if you're like, I can't enchant those. But then if you're like undercapped, I think the example I saw was someone was like doing the math on 52 lightning res versus 75, right? If you were fully capped, and they were like, the math broke down to that they're taking 72% more damage. Technically it was 1.72 was like the number, but just from 57 to 75, which is crazy. I don't have anything to enchant. It is weird that like the most... Oh, and I meant to go in my portal, not into back into the weird cave. I do think it's really interesting that in these games, like, the most boring thing is probably the most important thing, and none of them change it. They're all like, yeah, you gotta do math on like a lot of pieces of things and make it all fit to get like, you can't just look at this item and be like, okay, like I got the resistance. No, you gotta get all the items to work together and add up. And then sometimes we subtract. So it's harder and you're negative. And then there's other types that we don't list immediately. It's like, every game does it. You would think one of them would just be like, hey guys, we don't have resistances. You have armor. And damage over time. And, got health. That's it. You're not, you know, if you die of something because you don't have enough health, armor, or damage over time resistance. And those are the 3 ways they do damage. Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. They're like, okay, so you did cap the resistances, which was already a pain in the butt. Now do more math. You want to use this skill? Do more math. We'll talk to you tomorrow when you're done the math. And you put on your 3 different sets of items that are slightly off. And you have to redo everything every time. Oh, and by the way, some of the items naturally have these types of resistances. Some of them you have to put on an affix. Some of them you can't change it. Some of them you can't get it on those. It's like... Diablo doesn't have that, though, does it? I think they got rid of it. Or it's, like, very simplified. We're gonna run this, and then do the boss. So that we get it with corruption. Because the boss we can handle at, like, super high corruption. What we can't handle is 5 Shades of Urbis. The highest corruption. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to do all 5 of them at once on this. Complete the Nemesis encounter. Cool, I'm gonna do that anyway. Take that. What would be the thing that you, specifically, Tyrael, you'd be most interested in me streaming? Seeing me stream. And feel free to completely ignore these questions when you're playing your game. I will not be awkward at all. I was in sales. I'm very good at not worrying about it. Because I'll just move the conversation on to another topic. And if you respond, I'll go back to it. And it's great. So it's all good. Okay. Now, Confluence. I'm gonna try to do all 5 at once. I just want to see what it's like. I don't think I can do it, but probably should be able to do it at some point. Probably missed 1 or 2. I missed this one. Ready for this? Oh boy. If I can do this all at once, it's like super time saver. Cannot do this all at once. Not even close. Oh man. Okay. Now we know. No way to know until you try. And we tried. That's about all that we did. Let's try. Yeah. I beat all 5 of them at once. You're right. It happened when you switch tabs. I'm just doing another one for fun. I thought it's a little too, you know, farm Omnis too easy if I can kill them all 5 at once. So I did it once and then was just so successful that I decided to handicap myself for the rest of the time by doing them one at a time. These are pretty easy now, though. I'm gonna watch them fucking get killed, but I can handle them pretty decent one-on-one. So you see how my synchronized strike is like jumping outwards? That's what I was trying to fix by having that higher mana cost one on, right? So it goes like this. And they like go behind you. And they're like staggered. So you kind of have to go past your target. And then you got to turn back to Dancing Strike and dash through. Whereas if I put that other one in, they're all right in front of me. Okay. Got an amulet. Hell yeah. How many is that? I'm getting more tonight now that I've turned off that garbage thing that was screwing me over. Also, I've decided I'm going to do like probably a hard stop at 12 a.m. for me, which is 6 a.m. for you. Because then I stay up too late and I'm like, if I stream later than that, I'm too amped. So I can't go to sleep. So just letting you know. Probably a hard stop at 12 from now on. If I have the discipline to do so. It is fun having like a bajillion siphons of anguish, though. I'm not gonna lie. Because at one point, I thought this was like nutty. A nutty. I was like, oh my god. This thing's amazing. Now I'm like, yep, pretty good. Okay, so now we have... Oh, I have 4 Omnis in inventory. Shit, I didn't even realize I did that much. How many Omnis do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 4 so far tonight. Not bad. Not bad. Have you farmed your Omnis yet? Have you got one? Or you just did Aberoth and you're like, I'm out. Move this over here. Hey, here we go. And hey, man, I just appreciate your support in general. Don't feel like you have to do it. You know, like, I don't want it to be a burden, but any support you're willing to give, I love it. And it's cool talking with you too, man, so. It's what I'm here for. Oh, I'm so excited to see what these corruptions do. It's very hard not to just do it as I go. Let's fight this boss. Which time am I in? Age of Winter. I don't even have my prophecies on for it right now. But you still get rerolls of this. Did Aberoth with the Warlock gave up because the merchant prices? Oh yeah, I forgot you were doing Merchant League. Not even looking.
I did what I must.
Yeah, I'm not. What's wrong with Pearls of the Swine? Oh, because you can't get. Omnis is definitely better than Pearl of the Swine, unless there's something specific off of that you need, right? What do you? Is there any unique effects on that? I can't think of. Because it gets poison resistance, necrotic resistance. Aberoth will end me, Harbinger. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like fighting Aberoth. So I need... We got 4 tonight. I had 9. We're at 13 Omnis. I need 7 more. At least. But we're getting them at a pretty high clip now, so... Oh, reset the timeline. Almost didn't reset it. Acid. Oh, right. How much does the Omnis go for in Merchant League? I don't even know what prices are like. I don't even know how currency works. I've never played Merchant League. No confluence to start. What chain is this? Normal. This one has 3. We'll do that. Oh, you just trade with gold? That feels... not great. It's like I don't really have a lot of things I need to use gold for. Oop. Play it. Yeah, I bet. Like, what's an Omnis run? What do I have now? How much gold? I've never had to like worry about it. I haven't checked. 2.5 million. What is hitting me? I hate these things. I can't see them on my screen. They fucking damage me. Oh, this guy's got 3 or 4 uniques. I couldn't tell. Apparently, Nemesis is where you are about halfway through. Wait, for real? Well, okay, but also, I have 2 red rings of Atlaria. What is it with 3 LP? A red ring. I thought I'd pop this. Because, like, if I... Yes! I've been looking for this. Really? Wow. That's crazy. Now when I get the freaking experimental ward that's actually better than 8%, I'll be able to do something with it. Boom. Yeah, because I'm like trying to think like, okay, so a red ring of Atlaria is 5 mil. I have 2. I have 1 with legendary potential. I'm going to assume these are 1 mil. At the same time, you mean? Like combine them? Is that what you think? I think they did the market as like a... to say they did it. I don't know, man, because if you have COF, like, I don't even... Like, who's gonna buy it? Like, someone could just do this himself. Right? I mean, I guess there's not a lot... I guess I'm not considering the fact that, like, not a lot of people are beating high-level endgame content, but... Or especially at a high clip. But, yeah, how much is the lowest priced Omnis on market? My guess is if Red Ring is 5 mil, my guess on the lowest price Omnis is 275k. Don't know why my light just went off, but okay. That's just a normal echo of a world. We don't want that. Damn, I was close. I was close. And that's probably with like 1+1 skills, low rolls on res. Yep. Makes sense. 2 LP, it's probably 10 mil. Damn, I'm getting close. I have been farming them for 2 days and also Red Ring of Outlier, so I know like generally how much they're dropping. So I was able to compare 5 mil for the Red Ring and then be like, okay, where does that leave us for these Omnis? It's actually easier to farm the Omnis than it is the Red Ring. But where like a perfectly rolled Omnis is probably what the hell? Is it an ambush? Perfectly rolled Omnis is probably like 1 in 10 with 0 LP. I would say like 20 mil for a perfectly rolled Omnis. Oh, good to know. I never would have reached it. Well, or I would have and just not even paid attention. Wait, I should finish this. These give a lot of shit, especially when you take the like you've gotten the Weaver Echo that lets you evolve them past whatever. Also, the amulet that they drop is like I think it's just like a low level Omnis basically for leveling. Like 11% all resist, 6% move speed or something. Pretty nuts. That's dumb. With loot luck. Oh, like they got lucky. Oh yeah, because I'm at like 3 million. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. And sometimes I have to spend it. Confluence? No. Alright, open caches to lure out the ambush. So... okay. Yeah, I'm nowhere near. I'd have to play for... So this took me like 12 days, I think, to have 2 characters to 97. Or, yeah, and 1 to 98. So if I'm 0.15%, that would be, let's just call it 6.5. What? I did it? Okay. Times that. So I'd have to do it 6.5 more times. That's like, let's call it 80 days just to get to 1%. And then I need to do it 100 more. That's like 8,000 days. That's realistic. It's only like 25 years of playing every day for many hours a day. Did I do that math right? Am I like way off? I don't even know. Where do I need to put this? Oh, in here. This is where this goes. See, my brain stops at like 11:55 because it's 12:03, and about 5 minutes ago I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing with these items. So I'm gonna call it here. Thank you again, my friend, for joining the stream and for chatting. That's okay. I was just yapping anyway. So I think it's 25 years to reach gold cap. But we'll see. We'll find out. I'll let you know in 25 years. Yeah, man. Have a nice night. Hope things go well with your Void Knight.